Grain of Millet. Once there was a man who journeyed to the capital city to take the national exam. With him he carried a tiny grain of millet. It looked very small, but he knew that it might be of use. After a day's journey, he came to an inn and gave the little grain to the innkeeper, saying, "Guard this well, it may be my fortune." But in the morning the innkeeper sadly told him that a rat had eaten the grain of millet. "Then I'll take the rat," said the man, and he did. He walked and walked that day, and at night stopped again at an inn. Giving the rat to the innkeeper, he said, "Guard this well, it may bring me wealth." But in the morning the unhappy innkeeper told him that a cat had killed the rat that ate the grain of millet. "Then I'll take the cat," said the man, and he did. He walked and walked and walked that day too, and that night stopped again at an inn. Giving the cat to the innkeeper there, he said, "Take care of this, it is my treasure." But in the morning the innkeeper said with a frown that his horse had stepped on the cat that killed the rat that ate the grain of millet. "Then I'll take the horse," said the man, and he did. That night, after a long day's ride, he stopped at another inn and gave the horse to the innkeeper, telling him to watch it well. However, early the next day, the innkeeper reported sadly that his ox had hurt the horse that stepped on the cat that killed the rat that ate the grain of millet. "Then I'll take the ox," said the young man, and he did. After a long day's walk, he stayed in a room right outside the great city. He gave his ox to the innkeeper there, asking him to keep it safe. But as the sun crawled up the next day, the innkeeper ran to the man, crying, "Forgive me, sir, my son just sold your ox to a nobleman in the city." "Then bring the nobleman here," demanded the young scholar. Well, the innkeeper rushed to the nobleman's house and told him of the problem. The nobleman was intrigued and called for the man to come. The young scholar went boldly into that rich house and said, "I want my ox back right now." "But, sir," answered the nobleman, "we have already cooked and eaten it." "Then give me the first person who tasted it," demanded the scholar. And he told the tale of the millet, the rat, the cat, the horse, and the ox. The nobleman was most impressed with the good fortune and the good mind of the young man. "Dear friend," he said at last, "my daughter was the first to eat your ox. Since we are seeking a bridegroom for her, and you seem quite right, perhaps this was meant to be." So soon after, the two young people were happily married, and the young man did very well on the exam, bringing more honor to his new home. From then on, he lived in great good fortune, and it all came from one small grain of millet.